She's Miriam.
Hi.
One of the co-founders. I'm Chris, also one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guys behind Keto Chow. If you can go get them. People will be able to hear you as you walk around. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. You can even say your line.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
You don't even have to be in the room. You can keep talking.
I know, but I wanted you to know I was talking.
I can hear you still.
No, you can't hear me. I'm downstairs.
Okay, so I'm wearing a shirt from Project Hail Mary. And there's a scene where Rocky, this little guy right here, is in the other room, and Ryland Grace, played by... what's his name? Ryan Gosling, is like, and he has really good hearing. What are you saying? There's no way he can hear me from there. Can hear. What are you saying?
What are you saying? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Hello, Grace friend. Hello.
Look, I don't have any friends.
Okay, I'm gonna get it out of the way now. If you haven't seen the movie Project Hail Mary, I highly recommend it.
It's good.
It was fantastic.
They should know. They would know. You've been talking about it nonstop for the last month.
I know. You're probably right. Okay. Anyway, so let's say hi to some people.
Hi,
Exposing
people.
Darkness, as Dustin sent me.
Aw.
Michelle is here. Evelyn says, hello, friends. Got my order today with a lot of apples. So, question, the number one question for the day. Have you had a chance to try Granny Apple Salty yet?
Evelyn has it in hand.
It's fantastic. Actually, this has, in a matter of days, become my favorite flavor of salty that we've ever done.
Yeah?
Like, period.
Period?
It's better than Blue Slushies.
I actually really like it too. I think it's my favorite.
Better than Red, White, and Bam. It's better than grape.
You're right. It's better than grape.
And I really like the grape.
Can I have some of yours?
Yes, you can. That's why I told you what it was.
This is yours from yesterday?
Early this morning. So it's,
See, it's not all the way clear, but it's pretty
so
clear.
that's 1 liter or 32 ounces with 1 packet of Granny Apple.
It still tastes delicious.
It does. We got Horskin here from Kansas. Nancy Harrison says, hello, beautiful people. And Meg is here as well. The original Denise says, hey, everyone.
Hi, Denise.
Crazy About Carnivore says, hello from Texas. Sarah G is here. Granny
Hi,
Apple is
Crazy About
fantastic. Got mine today.
You got some.
Dustin's
a lot of people
here.
already tasted it when we were prototyping it.
That's true. That's true. Dustin's here and says, let's get the party started. Miriam is going to be testing her blood glucose and blood ketones.
Yes.
While we're,
I've been a little bit obsessed about it since COSI.
yeah, the COSI conference.
Because I'm kind of freaking out that I'm not making ketones. So I'm just
Okay.
testing and eating and testing. And so I just ate a minute ago. Like literally
Pork
there's still
belly
food in
and
my
brats.
teeth. Pork belly and brats, and they were so good.
It was delicious.
Delicious.
Meg says, happy spring. It's been beautiful but windy day here in Idaho. And Nancy corroborates my story. Says, the apple is my new favorite flavor. But if I hadn't already loved the green apple prototype, I never would have bought it. Meh. Says it tastes nothing like a Granny Smith apple.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Dustin says, I'm listening to Project Hail Mary,
98.
the book, a second time. I'm not sure I really want to see the movie. Here's
You know
what I'll have
Wait
to say
till
about the
there's some
movie.
space after the movie. It's good. The book's always better. That's just
The
how
book
it is.
is better because it's able to just go deep into the nuances and the science, and it has infinite runtime. Whereas the movie is constrained by runtime, so they have to focus on just the important stuff, which they do. I think that they do a good job.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think so too.
JJ is here, says I put in an order the day before Granny Apple came out.
No.
The order was supposed to be here Saturday, but it got rerouted to Lufkin, Texas.
0.3. That's more than
Hey, that's
zero.
more than point. Yeah.
But I literally just ate food.
So JJ's got rerouted to Lufkin, then Shreveport, Louisiana.
What? That's the
What the
wrong
heck?
place.
Denise is waiting for the order, but still wants grape. Crazy About Carnivore said, did you announce the winner of your post about a description?
Oh.
I don't know that we've announced one yet, but
I don't remember.
Dustin says, it's second only to grape. Hashtag Team Grape Salty. I am counting the days that we will be able to bring back grape. It was announced as a limited edition. We haven't announced if it's coming back yet, but I really want it back as soon as we can get it.
Yeah, because you're wrong.
Biddy Thing says hello from Chattanooga.
Hi.
Speaking of Tennessee, we're going to the Low Carb for Better Health. Actually, let me pull up. Whoop, that almost. Low Carb events.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to, we were looking at this today. Low Carb for Better Health, take it to their website. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And I just wanted to point out who is going to be speaking.
Yeah.
So we got Amanda Decker.
She's adorable.
We got freaking Amy Berger.
I love her so much.
Dr. Ken Berry.
Also awesome.
Dr. Tony Hampson.
So,
Dr. Robert Kiltz.
Hampton.
Oh my gosh. Gosh. Yeah.
His wife is so cute.
I don't know James Berry.
That's the pluck guy.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then I do.
I'm on his email list. I see it
Two
all the
Crazy
time.
Ketos, Chris Bear,
What?
and Robert and Crystal Sykes.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, they're taking the stage together.
Aw.
Holy cow. So anyway,
awesome.
if you're going to be near Burns, Texas,
Tennessee.
Oh my gosh.
He knows where he's going.
Me speak good.
Tennessee.
If you're going to be near Burns, Tennessee,
in September. End of September.
There's still time to get tickets. It is going to be lit. I have no idea what Amanda wants me to talk about. So
Oh, I think
I
she
should
already
probably
told
find
you.
out.
You just forgot.
She just said, will you speak? And I'm like,
No, I know exactly
Sure.
what she asked you to talk about. You just can't remember.
okay,
Do you want me to tell you right now?
sure.
Ingredients
Oh, okay.
in food manufacturing.
Okay. Let's see. Horskin says, my granny apple is on the way since I've been hearing about it from so many influencers are loving it too. Nice. Oh, and Aaron says, UPS has my granny apple salty hostage somewhere between Utah and Illinois.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, Miriam and I will be going to Low Carb for Better Health. That's, in September. We're going to be bringing along Sam, maybe.
He doesn't know this,
He doesn't know.
but I want to bring him along.
And we're actually going to be sharing a cabin with Joe and Rachel,
Yeah.
which means Sam gets to sleep on the sofa. Sucker! We're also talking about sometime in April. So we were going to be doing a showing of Dave Feldman's
I
movie,
know.
The Cholesterol Code.
I'm sad. It
But
got canceled.
It didn't have enough tickets sold. So we're thinking about attending Jenny
Midditch.
Midditch's showing. It's going to be in the Chicago area.
Yeah, so is there anything cool there that we can do?
Yeah.
Because we've never been there.
No.
I'm sure there's cool things.
Michelle says, love the prototype and my order is arriving tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Yay,
Exposing
Michelle.
Darkness wants to know, do you have plenty of Granny Apple? Miriam says I can't answer this question.
Don't say anything. We have some. I
Zero sugar.
I do believe we have quite a bit.
These stupid 7-Up tropicals,
They're the same.
the zero sugar and the not zero sugar look exactly
I
the
just
same.
don't drink them.
And we have made that mistake
Twice
twice now.
to buy it. Well, and one time we had a grocery
Yeah.
order, so that wasn't our fault.
It's like, well, I guess the boys get to eat this or drink this. Anyway, Keto Simple wants to go to Low Carb for Better Health. Well,
Did you want this?
I want some of it, but I'm
Okay.
drinking this right now. Miriam and I are going to be in the, what's it called? Elkhart, Indiana area.
Yes.
It's
over
like
Memorial
May
Day.
23rd or something.
So we're
like
trying
that.
to decide if we do the meetup on legit Memorial Day Monday.
I don't know that it's a good
Do you
idea
think
to do it on
anybody
Memorial
would
Day.
come that
To
day?
Smokin' Fatties on Memorial Day.
Yeah, because it would be convenient for us if we did it that day.
Yeah, because we're going to roll into town that Monday, and then we're going to still be there for a while, but there's going to be stuff
Yeah.
going on at the event
Well,
that
we'll
we're going
be
to.
at that Alliance event, and so
yeah.
we won't be
keep
able
wanting
to
to say
play
meetup.
as much. Well, it's a
It's a
meetup.
rally.
It's a meetup for a lot of people.
Rally. Tracy Jones says, yay, another live. Squish Purple Cat says, I got my granny apple today and immediately made some. Very tasty. One of my favorites.
Yay.
Oh, Tracy says there's lots of plays in
Oh,
Chicago.
I want to see a play.
Dustin says, I'm going to be in Dixon, Tennessee Thursday to see Dave's movie. Oh, I thought about going to the Illinois showing that Jenny is putting on. That's where we're going to be going.
Go. Yeah.
Sarah recommends we go see The Bean.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Well, that's going to be on the... We're thinking about doing the Big Red Bus.
Bean.
The bus tour thing.
The Bean.
Yeah,
and
the Big Bean.
Plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we have something else, like, that's a easy tourist thing without looking something up. But.
Denise says, my husband doctor told him no salt. I called him out and he said that was BS. I made a salty for him every day. Oh, and he fired his doctor.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so JJ says this may be crazy, but is anyone the salty flavors tasting better if it sits for a while? I actually didn't finish one and drank it the next day, and it seemed to taste better. I think that the flavor is a bit muted. So
I drink it the next day all the time because I just fill up my mug, and then whenever I finish it, and then I fill it up again. So sometimes it's the next day, and sometimes it's 2 times in one day, and.
Dustin makes the good argument that it would be see if Smoking Fatties is even open that day.
Because we could just meet in the parking lot.
That's true. Marie says I need to add green apple salty to apple pie keto chow. Now, someone on the Facebook support group was mixing the caramel vibes with Granny apple.
Nice.
To make kind of a caramel apple flavor. So yeah, so that was the first thing we wanted to talk about was Granny apple. Miriam, do you want to read that next one?
Absolutely, I do.
Absolutely.
Have you had a chance to try... Oh, that's the first one. Sorry. What dairy-free options are available with Keto Chow?
It's a good question. So, Miriam, do you know the answer to that one?
I sure do.
Okay, so...
We have a line that's called our core line that has a chocolate, and it has a vanilla, and it has a strawberry. And we do have sweetened
dairy-free
and unsweetened options in those flavors. The sweetener that we use also in that is stevia.
It's actually the same sweetener mix that we're using in salty. So even if you don't like stevia, you may actually like this because it's not like stevia that you may have ever had. But yeah. These are all dairy-free. Now, the beef soup base is actually the same as like the vanilla and the unsweetened strawberry and vanilla without any flavor in it.
Yeah, so that's what it tastes like all by itself.
Yeah, so it's like this guy right here.
We tasted it and we're like, this just tastes like beef. Let's just call it beef.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
And it is good to mix with other stuff. It's kind of a weird blank canvas.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to be making these dairy-free, what kind of fats could you use? Because you could use heavy cream.
Yeah. Yep, you could. You could use butter, even though that is technically dairy.
It's kind of dairy. Like
It's
if you did
dairy.
clarified dairy.
Yeah.
Or someone on the Facebook support group talked about doing brown butter,
Oh, that sounds good.
which usually will be clarified. So that means that all the protein and water is taken out of the butter. But it's and it has kind of a, I don't know, browned flavor to it. But, okay, so... butter.
So other fats to use. We particularly like to use a beef tallow. There's a Chicago, what is the brand?
Chicago Packing.
Chicago something. Anyway, if you just get it on Amazon, it's a black jar. And it's so good. It scoops so well. So
Where is
it may not be on there. Is it?
I believe it's on here.
Nope.
Is it not?
We should probably put it on there.
I think that, are you sure? I thought it was on here.
I don't see it.
Weird.
It's fine.
Anyway, Aaron wanted to know about, let's see, cholesterol code. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm going to get the information about that. I put it on my own personal calendar, which I'm not going to share while I'm doing a live stream. Because that would just be weird.
Everyone wants to see Chris's calendar.
Yeah. They're like, why do you do such weird stuff all the time? Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Here it is. carnivoredinner.rsvpify.com.
Wow, okay.
So there's two different things. You can just go to the movie, or you can come to the dinner beforehand, which costs more than just going to Texas de Brazil, but all of the extra money goes towards the cholesterol code. It's being done as a fundraiser.
Are you buying the ticket together?
So with this one right here, this includes dinner and the cholesterol code showing. So it's together. So you don't have to order
Buy
a
one
ticket.
and the other.
Yeah, you can just buy this.
Cool.
But you can also, I think if you just go to cholesterolcodemovie.com, you can find the other thing. But let me drop the link to this into the chat.
I'll stop picking at my teeth.
Okay.
Get the bratwurst out. And we had pork belly, which was delicious.
Yeah. Okay. He says, can you use the beef base in place of cream of soup in a recipe?
Yeah,
I
it
would
doesn't
actually
cook the same though.
I would recommend the savory chicken soup or the cream of mushroom soup, Keto Chow.
Yeah, because they have
instead.
a milk base.
They have a better texture.
And so
to
it's
them.
going to have a better texture. It's not going to be super thick.
Speaking of Chicago,
I
it's
actually use
South
that a lot.
Chicago packing.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Nancy. You knew what I meant. South Chicago packing.
Maritza wants to know, is the Granny Apple going to be in the variety pack?
I think so.
Let's do it live. Let's check it out.
I think it is.
Should already be in there. So you'll notice there's Granny Apple and there is the lemon lime twist.
Sampler.
So Granny Apple, lemon lime twist. If you instead go to the, we'll say the fruit variety, what's included?
Granny
It's got
apple.
3 Granny Apple, and I
Yeah.
believe that the Ultra variety. Now, let me couch that statement. If you buy it from Keto Chow or salty.com, ketochow.xyz or salty.com,
It's in there.
we always make sure that it is like the day of a new release of Salty, it's in there. The problem is, if you buy the stuff from Amazon, we have no control whatsoever. There's actually a little note that says, flavors in this variety pack may differ from what's shown. Because we send stuff to Amazon and they sell it in whatever order they want.
Right.
It's never first in, first out. It's usually like first in, middle out, or I don't know. It's weird. Gail is here.
Hi, Gail.
And Michelle says, will the cholesterol code movie be released to the masses in the future? On
I think
April 27th.
Is it Amazon Prime?
On Amazon Prime.
Yes.
You have to buy it separately. But yeah, April 27th is,
Oh, yeah. Dustin said that. Thanks.
is when it's going to be available. So anyway. Okay. Miriam,
Yeah.
lots of people have been talking about how awesome our customer service team is.
Including Travis's mom.
So there was a
That's so
thread
cute. You guys,
on the
we
Facebook
love
group.
Travis so much.
and the rest of the customer
I mean,
service
we do. We
team.
love them all. We love them
It
all.
was just particularly funny because there was this post on the Keto
That
Chow
said,
Facebook
thank you
support
for
group.
helping
Uh-huh.
Travis. You know, thank you,
And lots
Travis,
of-
for helping, and it was so awesome.
Yeah, and so we want our company to be the same sort of company that we would want to work with if we were a customer.
Right.
That's a weird way of saying it, but we want to be the company that we would expect others to be. Okay? So one of the things that was really hard for me to give up when we started expanding our team was the customer service. Because
Oh yeah, he actually has a hard time giving everything up. By the way.
it's true. Because I needed a customer service team that cared as much about the customers as I did. And we have found a really superb group of individuals. And they tend to watch this live stream.
So thank you guys.
Tomorrow on Wednesday, they'll be watching it.
Love you.
And their heads will be getting really big.
Especially Travis will be turning red.
And so I don't know if I can even say we've put together. We've serendipitously
We got
arrived
lucky
at
that we have
an amazing
the team that we have.
And if you call the number, like you go on the Keto Chow site and you go to the bottom of the page and there's a phone number. We get some people that are like, why don't you have your phone number? We do.
It's right there.
It's at the bottom of every page on our
You can
site.
also Google it.
Yeah, you can. And if you call that phone number, you'll get a very short phone tree.
Which has your voice on it.
That does have me because I haven't been able to...
this is Keto Chow. And Salty.
Home of Keto Chow and Salty. Anyway, and then it's like if you press 1 or you just stay on the line, it will connect you up to real, live, actual human beings.
During business hours, that is.
During business hours.
If it's like in the
during
middle of the
Mountain
night
Time Zone.
or at
Yeah.
wee hours of the morning, we'll not be there.
We get the sun 2 hours after the Eastern Time Zone
Yeah,
does.
sorry.
So we're open, you could say 10 a.m. Eastern until
7
p.m. Eastern. So anyway, and so people call in and they're pretty surprised to get an actual human, first off, and a human who can help them through the things. Because one interesting thing, our demographic for Keto Chow, it skews to our age or quite a bit older. Like between, I don't know, I would say average like 45 to 65. And predominantly female too. And it's nice to have actual humans to help people out when they're having issues. So anyway, that's to say a lot of people on the Facebook group were piling on the
love for Travis.
compliments for the entire customer service team, but especially Travis. And apparently his mom is on the Facebook support group, and she's like,
cute.
he's the best, although he's also my son.
and he treats me that well too. And you know what? He treats people well. He's very nice. One time I thought he said I was beautiful in the parking lot, but he wasn't actually talking to me.
Okay. Michelle says, bummer, no prime. Well, it's because they are trying to actually earn money for the documentary. So you do have to pay, I think, a little bit for it. That's my understanding, and I could be completely wrong.
Right, we can find out.
Yeah. Keto Simple says, Dave was on the Meeting Wellness before I went live this night. Oh, that's cool. You don't need to be a Prime member. I think you do still have to pay for it, though. I don't know. Again, Marie says, customer service can break a company no matter how good the product is. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I've had a lot of bad experiences.
Phew, yeah. And you know, it's we talk about, I am firmly of the opinion that it should be as easy to cancel a subscription as it is to create a subscription. And so that's one of the like guiding things that we do.
Yep.
So anyway, Michelle says Keto Chow's in my contact list. There you go. Kathy says, you have the best customer service. I think you're right. And Dustin says, I've called customer service once. They were sweet, very sweet and helpful.
Nice.
Michelle says 6'7" here. Bob says, question.
She said 67.
No.
That's not the same.
I'm trying to normalize making fun of the Gen Alpha slang.
I'm getting over it.
Well, okay, it's probably 67. Anyway, Bob wants to know, are we planning to sell the chocolate peanut butter salty? So the chocolate peanut butter salty was done as a prototype.
It does not have a decision.
Right now, we're waiting on all the feedback.
We're collecting data.
But I will say, this was a prototype.
But
not every prototype is going to become an actual flavor.
Yeah, some of them are going to fail. That's why we're doing a prototype, so we don't have to order a lot.
And I'm not going to say much more about it than this, but the next prototype that we're doing, and it's not for a while, and I'm not even going to say when it is, but the next prototype we're doing, I don't know if it's going to actually become a product or not. It's an interesting one.
It's a weirdie.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's a weird one, but I'm like, nah, I'm giving away too much.
You gave it away already.
No, not even close. People are going to get in, they're going to be like, are Are you stupid?
Yes.
First of all, it's Cretan. And second of all, none of this would have happened if you hadn't been cheating. Monsters
Last
Incorporated.
night.
Yep, that's a good. The scare floor will be
Painted.
painted. All right.
Let's talk about the recent tests we've done for heavy metals in salty.
Okay.
Spoiler, it's less than what you get in celery.
All right. So the question comes up. Do we test our products for heavy metals? And interestingly enough, we actually should probably take this off.
Yeah, we should.
On all the pages on Salty's, on Keto Chow, we have a page about Keto Chow and heavy metal exposure. Because, for those of you who don't know, there's a fun law in California that if products contain heavy metals, and in this case, 2 flavors of Keto Chow, actually 3. Snickerdoodle has cinnamon in it. Chocolate has cocoa powder. And chocolate peanut butter has the same cocoa powder. And because those flavorings grow in the ground,
Because they're actual flavor
plants,
plants.
they have very minute amounts of lead in them. And anyway, California has a law that we are required to abide by in order to sell to consumers in California. That if you have more than half of a microgram, which, okay, you got kilogram, right? You've got gram. 1,000th of a gram is a milligram. 1,000th of a milligram is a microgram, okay? So if you have more than half of a microgram in your stuff, you're required to notify California residents, hey, this contains more lead than Proposition 65 allows us. So anyway, on this, it talks about all of the stuff. Hey, we had
So
it
many
tested,
words.
so much stuff.
And that's Keto Chow specifically.
Yes, so here we've got the maximum allowable dose level.
So much words.
So it's that milligrams. Like that's tiny. Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's set by looking at the level that no observable effect occurs and dividing that by 1,000. So if a toxin causes an effect at 10 units, the maximum allowable dose would be 0.01. Okay? So meaning that the dose where lead will cause reproductive harm is 0.5 milligrams or 500 micrograms. It's actually kind of surprising that more of the flavors of Keto Chow don't run afoul of that. But regardless, here are the actual levels. And Snickerdoodle and a couple of other ones are the ones that are interesting and require that we label it. So for most people, this isn't a big deal, but there are certain people,
For some people, it's
that
a
live
big deal.
in California that like to sue small businesses, regardless. So we put that there so that there's the warning. We don't get sued. Great. But here's the thing. We recently had Salty tested, specifically because we had it tested when we very first released Salty. And when we got the tests back then, no, it did not run afoul of Proposition 65. There was no reason to test it. By the way, I'm doing the thing that I try to do where I put the important thing at the very beginning. All tested samples passed and comply with California Proposition 65.
There you go. That's all you need. No more words.
So, hey, we have some really sensitive tests. It tests down to 1 part per billion, which is the equivalent of a U.S. nickel in 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Wow. Okay. Because they're so sensitive, it's almost impossible to have 0 on things like lead. Because it's extremely sensitive, okay? None of the samples had any detectable levels of mercury, and only Coco Loco, which is chocolate, had any measured level of cadmium. The average concentration of lead in the dry salty powder, that's important, is 23 parts per billion, okay? Raisins are 47 parts per billion. regular old raisins.
One raisin.
Well, however many raisins you eat, 47 parts per billion of that will be lead.
Okay.
And celery is 27 parts per billion.
I'm glad you put those in there because when I see 23 ppb, that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
So having that reference is helpful.
And it should also be noted that the 23 parts per billion for salty is for the dry powder. If you do this and dilute it in a liter of water, it is now 0.023 parts per billion. Or less than 1,000th of what celery has, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, here is the table. You have to scroll over a little bit. So you'll notice, the Proposition 65 target needs to be under 10 for arsenic. Great. Cadmium, under 4.1. There's chocolate.
Under 4.1 for sure.
Yeah. Mercury, under 0.3. All of them were not detected. So it was less than 1 part per billion. It could not even resolve it. And then for lead, it's supposed to be under 0.5. You will notice that all of these are under 0.5. In fact, you've got the lemon lime twist and this unreleased flavor that we're not talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones that are the highest.
Why'd you say it out loud? I didn't even
Because
notice it.
someday in the future, when we release that flavor, I don't want to have to update everything. Okay. The raw lab reports are linked, except for unreleased flavor. So if you really want to come in here, you can go on
And see boring papers.
lemon lime twist. This is the actual, we get this thing for every flavor. Okay.
Yep.
And here's a more explanation about the maximum levels. Now, here you go. One interesting question comes. Why are the levels of heavy metals so low?
Okay.
So, for Draper, Utah, where our office is located, our water contains 1.2 parts per billion of lead.
Okay, is that normal or not?
It's within tolerance. It's fine.
Right.
And 99 parts per billion of sodium. Okay? So this water bottle that I filled up from the tap here contained more lead from the water than it did
for
the
I see what you mean.
salty drink mix. Which is interesting because the water quality report shows 99 parts per billion of sodium, which is pretty low, and 1.2 part per billion of lead. So shouldn't a concentrated salt have way higher numbers? Well, it's because the salt comes from the north arm of the Great Salt Lake, which is kind of unique.
Yeah.
So even for the Great Salt Lake, there's a causeway that splits the Great Salt Lake. And the north section has a lot higher concentration of minerals. In fact, the fact that we're extracting minerals from the north arm is actually helping the lake get less, well, it would be. Minerals are actually piling up faster than we can extract them.
Okay.
But still, it does not hurt the lake at all for us to extract the minerals in there. But it also amounts to a giant settling pond, and the heavier elements sink to the bottom.
And then we take the stuff off the top.
Yes, we take the stuff off the top, so we're not getting a high concentration of heavier elements, only the lighter ones.
So we're actually, having natural selection. So
yeah, you could say that.
It's a very natural process for us to get the minerals because they're doing their thing.
Now, when you have a salt that involves the bottom of something, that could be Celtic sea salt, which uses a river bottom, and that's where the gray clay comes from.
Okay.
Or you're using a fossil salt that was deposited over a long time and then evaporated out. That doesn't have the ability to settle out the heavy metals.
Okay, so they probably would have more heavy metals than
So
ours would. That makes sense.
I have seen some tests of pink salts and gray salts. So remember, salty had 23 parts per billion.
Yeah.
These ones had, one of them had 400 and one of them had 203 parts per billion of lead, which is interesting. So anyway, that's my diatribe about, or my monologue or whatever about the lead content, because this is pretty important to us. We wanted to make sure that we weren't getting really high levels. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to point out, we'll just come back here. Okay, here you've got the lead content, right? Proposition 65 is recommending less than 0.5 micrograms
Okay.
per day. That is their recommendation.
Yeah.
So 0.5 micrograms per day for, anyway, this is 1/1000th of the no observable effect level. So if you get 500 micrograms, it can cause reproductive harm in animal model tests.
Okay.
So you don't want to get 500 micrograms. Now to provide an ample margin of safety, they did 1/1000th of that, which is 0.5. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how many servings of salty you should have in a day. But what I'm getting at is, okay, if you were to have 2 in a day, well, actually this would be 2.5. You would get 500 or 0.5 micrograms, right?
It's still not 500.
It's not 500. I just want to point that out, that the what they are recommending you stay under is actually 1/1000th of what was shown to cause harm. Again, to provide an ample margin of safety.
Right.
Take that how you will. But yeah, I'm not concerned about doing, well, when I get sick, I don't know about you. If I have a cold or whatever, I do 5 or 6 salties a day. I just keep on drinking them, and it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Marie wants us to do a run of peach. Okay.
Aww,
Denise wants us to do a sardine flavor.
Ew.
Patricia says, I had a peanut butter salty today. It was tasty.
Oh, nice.
And I do want to point out that
peanut butter, I forgot about
the
that
chocolate peanut butter salty was our regular Coco Loco with 1 gram of high-fat peanut flour added. So if you have
Coco Loco.
If you have Coco Loco and you have a peanut flour and you want to do it yourself, you kind of can. I don't even remember who suggested that. It might have been Kirsten. And I was like, I don't know, let's try it. And we were like, oh, this is good. Evelyn wants to know, says, it's officially spring. I'm waiting for spring flavors to really.
You know what? You're right.
It's not today.
There are stinky flowers outside. They were so beautiful in my nose.
Aaron says, I've been wondering, Chris, are you still taking creatine with salty? Not with salty. I'm doing a 5-gram scoop of creatine in each serving of Keto Chow that I make. So when I make 4 at a time to put in the creamy, oh my nose is so itchy. I do 4 scoops. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you're doing it.
I'm doing it in salty and in Keto Chow.
Steven says, here's to the People's Republic of California, right? Dustin says, it's always good to know this stuff because people freak out. Well, what's really funny is I was trying to help one of our graphic designers understand why we didn't use citric acid in salty. He's like, what's wrong with citric acid? I'm like, look, man.
Just ask the internet.
People get very excited about, let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron said we should have put nerd in that monogram.
You're right. I could have fallen asleep. So boring.
Anyway, yeah, people get very excited about it, so that's a thing. Marie said people want to know what we're using for the lasagna noodles.
I freaking love that
Just
recipe.
like real thing lasagna. It's this from Peace, Love, and Low Carb.
I love those. And you know what I do? We do the same noodle, and we just make it into a pizza crust.
Yep.
So every time I make it, I make double the amount. And it's not even double the recipe. It's like a 4 times the recipe. Because I make 2 whole sheets at once. And then I make 1 into a lasagna and 1 into a pizza crust for later. And I cut it in half and then fold it over and just wrap it in tin foil and stick it in the freezer for whenever we want to have pizza. It's so great.
Dustin says, "Ugh, nerd," and then one says, "Ugh, he's monologuing again."
You
Keto
call
Simple
me
says,
monologuing.
"Yeah." Says, "Any thoughts of lemonade salty?"
Oh, that's a
I
good
actually
idea.
had the lemon lime salty the other day, and to me it tasted like lemonade.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
I'll have to try it again.
Yeah, Dustin says people get upset about citric acid, and again, it's from where you get it from. You can either extract it from fruit peels, or you can make it in a bioreactor out of glucose and a single-celled organism.
You know what else is made with a bioreactor? Meat.
Beef. Yeah.
Cows.
Oh, and same thing with carrageenan. Yes. Nancy agrees. We need a lemonade. Okay, Paige has interesting discussion. What prompted this? I have to say I've never considered these things, but the fact I'm more concerned that grape becomes a permanent flavor than the level of arsenic and salty. Okay, well, there are some people who they get really... There are a lot of products that have too much heavy metals.
Yes.
And in fact, there was recently, this came up recently, that there was cinnamon that got into the ingredient supplies, and I can't remember which country it was being manufactured in. I think it might be Bolivia, but anyway, there was straight up cadmium added to it because it makes it look better.
Oh,
And so,
cadmium was added to the cinnamon?
like it was actually deliberately added to the cinnamon.
Wow.
That cinnamon was bought by a ingredient wholesaler. Oh. And then it was used in the production of those little squeezy pouches with the twist off lid of
like
children's applesauce. Oh. And kids were getting, I don't know if any died.
Oh, that's
but
so
several
sad.
of them were getting extremely sick because of cadmium poisoning. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I can understand. I don't necessarily agree with the way that California has established their Proposition 65 or the legal framework that allows a concerned citizen of California, which is usually a lawyer, to file a lawsuit against a company and, hey, you exposed me without letting me know. It's beside the point. But I do understand the need to eliminate heavy metals.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
I
think part of it is just you reading those words, it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
So people see if there's heavy metals, then they assume it's bad. And that's why it's kind of that fear scare tactic to
that's why I put
scare you away from everything that could possibly have heavy metals in it, because we know that they're not good for you to eat.
But that's why I put how much parts per billion is in celery.
Yeah, that was helpful to see because we're not afraid of celery or raisins, right?
Yep.
But I think it's interesting. It's boring, like I said, but also important to know. And I'm grateful that we're able to do testing, and we've done testing over the years, and we'll continue to do testing. And if there's any other changes that happen to the ingredients, we'll do new testing, and so it's important.
Paige says, "Oh Lord, well that makes more sense." And Keto Simple says, "Heavy metal is always good." Dustin, you sent me a guy who was doing K-pop Demon Hunters heavy metal.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, he just started filling up my YouTube thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, actually.
Chris likes that a lot.
I like the covers of K-pop Demon Hunter songs.
He also likes heavy metal covers of different songs.
Yeah, well, Our Last Night does a lot of, I think they do some excellent covers of different songs. Yeah. Anyway, Dustin says the U.S. gets a hard time for people lax with ingredients we use. I'm curious, we're ahead of the curve and don't allow things other countries do. In some places we do, and in some places we don't.
It's opposite.
It's a mixed bag.
It depends on where you're at.
Michelle says everything is a big deal if you have a problem ingesting metal. Perspective is everything. Yep, there you go.
True that.
Okay. Well, we talked about that. Now, Miriam, I'm going to read this one and you get to answer it.
Okay.
Some people, like Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos, like to add an egg or two to their keto chow. How and why would you do that?
Okay, so if you wanted to do that, you could use that yolk as the fat and then drink it.
Yep.
You could, how would you do it? You just drop it in there. But I would say you would
So like in a blender bottle, or are you talking about in
Yeah.
a blender?
You could do it either way, but I'd say you'd want to drink it right away. If you were going to drink a raw egg, I would say don't put it in the fridge.
Yeah, don't let it sit for a while. Yeah, and like you said, some people do the whole egg. I have seen people just do the yolk, and I've seen people just do the whites.
Yep.
Now, why would you do that?
Different macros.
Okay, so it can increase the protein. Well, for that matter, you can add egg white powder.
Yep.
Joe
Or
and Rachel.
egg yolk powder. That's the thing.
Yeah, Joe and Rachel have a video showing them making coffee with raspberry cheesecake keto chow.
Yeah.
And coffee is the liquid that they add to it. And then while it's spinning in their Vitamix blender, they crack in a couple eggs.
And then it would be cooked.
Well, because it was kind of warm.
Yeah.
So I guess it would be pasteurized. But
Kind of
they
cooked.
actually weren't concerned about pasteurization
Yeah.
because they were getting their own chickens. So, yeah, so it can add protein. It can add
Yeah,
vitamins.
it's kind of fun. Keto chow is just so versatile. You could do anything
Yeah.
you want with it, really.
Oh, my nose. I have a hair
What?
that is poking into my
Now
nostril.
you look like you're picking your nose.
Denise says, tomorrow I plan on making egg pudding with butterscotch keto chow and an egg loaf with snickerdoodle
Oh,
ketchup.
that sounds good.
So how do you make the egg pudding? Do you remember?
So the egg pudding is what, 10 eggs?
10 eggs.
We do scrambled eggs, but you
Soft
can use boiled
scrambled.
eggs.
You can.
And I don't remember the rest.
You throw it into a Vitamix or any other blender. We have seen Maria Emmerich make her egg pudding with the cheapest blender you could possibly imagine in Costa Rica.
Yep.
It was
worked great.
actually kind of funny.
It was super delicious.
So 10 eggs, either hard-boiled or soft scrambled. I actually prefer the soft scrambled. There's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, it is far easier to soft scramble eggs. You don't have to peel anything. And I'm lazy. Number two, when you use hard-boiled eggs and you make the egg pudding, it has that kind of sulfurous smell. And you have to refrigerate it overnight, and then that goes away. If you do the soft scramble, you don't have to do that. And if you're like me and you want to make 2 or 3 batches at a time, peeling 20 eggs or 30 eggs,
And not
no,
having
thank
deviled
you.
eggs.
No, thank you at all. If I'm going to peel eggs, they're going to be deviled eggs like we had on Sunday. And those
Yeah, they
were
were
amazing.
delicious.
So yeah, you soft scramble them. You put them into the thing. Maria Emmerich's original recipe calls for a can of coconut milk or coconut cream
Yeah,
because
so you can do it dairy-free.
her recipe is dairy free. She does a lot of dairy free stuff. You could use that, or you could use like a half cup of heavy cream, maybe a little water. And then her recipe calls for cocoa powder and a liquid stevia sweetener. Instead, what we do, we got the 10 eggs in there. We got like half a cup of heavy cream or coconut cream, whatever you want. And then we throw in a serving of keto chow, whatever flavor you want. You could do butterscotch. You could do banana. You can add extra
Chocolate
sweetener at that
toffee.
point. Yeah, chocolate toffee. Or you can just use the sweetener that's in there. It kind of depends on your level of sweetness.
Yeah.
And then you turn on the blender and just let it go nuts. And especially if you're doing the hard-boiled eggs, because those are pretty firm, it's got to really cut them up. So that's another benefit of doing the soft scramble, is it doesn't have to work as hard. And also, it's going to finish cooking it because of the heat from the blades. And then you just pour it into individual containers. And I don't know about you, but eating 10 eggs is kind of hard. Eating 10 eggs worth of egg pudding
It's not hard.
is a lot easier. And actually, for that matter,
But do you want to eat 10 eggs?
I don't know. So we were at Miriam's brother's house on Sunday, and we brought deviled eggs.
Yeah, I think I had 3.
I think I had 10 halves.
That's funny.
They were delicious.
I could do 10 eggs.
Well, there wasn't a lot
eggs.
of hamburger patties, and I was trying not to eat because they didn't have a lot to cook. And so I'm like, I'm just going to keep on eating the eggs, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So,
we even brought a couple home.
that's true.
You said you didn't want that drink, right?
No, I said I do want that, but you were able to have some. Tracy says that was my egg question yesterday on the 2KK Live.
Yeah.
Thanks for going over it and for sharing the links. You are very welcome. Dustin says I have a Ninja blender. It's the most annoying to clean.
It's only annoying to clean when the kids, people leave a mess in it and then you have to clean it later.
True.
If you clean it right away after you use it, it's not that bad.
Kathy says I had maple waffle chaffles today and they were yummy.
We should have chaffles. That sounds amazing.
We should. We actually have quite a bit of maple waffle. We have a little bit of a bag and a full bag.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Vaughn says, I'm behind, but just got my first bag of Granny Apple. Taste one and hurry to order another one.
I'm so glad you like
Nice.
it.
Dustin confirms the soft scrambled egg pudding is the way to go.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Doesn't look that good in that bottle. Should be green. Just put it in a green bottle.
Well, here's the thing. All the flavors of salty do not have color in it.
Yeah.
There just wasn't a need. I didn't want to fight that battle.
We don't have to.
Nope. On Carolyn points out, yeah, the soft scramble is the best flavor too. Love the pudding. You can eat it straight out of the blender.
Yeah,
hot.
it's just warm.
If you do the hard-boiled ones, like I said, it has that kind of sulfur smell to it.
That's why Maria Emmerich puts the cinnamon in it.
True. Oh yeah, I forgot about her cinnamon. The cinnamon.
Because you don't ever do it with hard-boiled eggs.
I don't. Denise says the pudding is a great way to help up the protein.
For
Indeed.
sure.
And the Angel Dust says, cheers from Oregon. Hi from Oregon. I would like to point out, so going back to the question about adding an egg to Keto Chow.
Okay.
And why would you do that? One thing that some people want to do more of, but have difficulty with, is eating organ meats. Eating liver and heart and things like that. Remember that all of the nutrients to make a complete, with all of the organs, a complete baby chicken is in an egg. Mm-hmm. Everything that you need. And so all of the vitamins and minerals that you need to make organs are in the chicken eggs. It's like little tiny organs.
That don't exist yet.
Yeah, that don't exist yet. The building blocks are there. So, and Miriam loves eggs.
I love eggs.
You can just, it's
They're
like
my
every
favorite.
morning. We get home from church and you're like,
Do you want eggs?
do you want eggs? I'm like, yes, I do.
Do you want eggs? The kids are like, Mom, can you make me breakfast? How about eggs? Would you like eggs? I love
Well,
eggs.
and Ruth was a sucker. She's a sucker for eggs.
Oh, she is.
Marie says I need to prep some shakes and pudding. I made 16 Ninja Creamies last night.
Nice. I ate one today at work.
And I was really sad
It was
that we were
amazing.
almost out. Dustin says, thoughts on egg companies cheating to get the deep orange color using spices and stuff.
Oh, in the chicken's feet?
It's just the color coming through. I think if you're look, okay, here's my thought on eggs. Joe and Rachel recently did a video about what sort of eggs should you get, and they went over all the nuances. This is on the Two Crazy Ketos YouTube channel. All the nuances of what free range means, what pasture raised means, and I think the best eggs you can get are from backyard chickens or just local farmers.
Right.
Like actual people raising chickens that are extremely happy and spend most of their time eating bugs.
And pooping all over your porch.
Pooping all over the porch. Like that, get those eggs if you can. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I actually think that eggs, period, are so awesome, everything else doesn't matter. It's the same sentiment I have about beef. I don't care about grass-fed. I don't care about organic. Like, I just don't. I would prefer to get beef from happy cows that were taken care of by a local rancher. But other than that, I just don't care.
You want beef compared to no beef.
Yes.
Also, not spoiled beef.
Well, yes. But beef is so much better than just about anything else. Any kind of beef. And eggs are so much better than just about anything else. Like, even the worst is amazing. So I don't stress about it. Like, I don't. Do egg companies cheat on getting a deep orange color? Yes. And if people are paying extra for that and it makes them feel good, okay. Oh, are you going to let me have a little bit? Dustin says we use the 5 dozen box from Costco or Walmart, as we do not have a source of eggs unless Stacy and Ken are around.
Oh, we took some from Stacy and Ken last time we
did,
saw them.
actually.
And ate them all in like 2 days.
I would like to know if we can
can we get some more of those
with
too?
Stacy and Ken when we come in May.
We will empty the entire refrigerator just
How many
for
did we
eggs.
buy last time? Like 5 dozen?
I think so.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, John says, Miriam, I'm curious what you learned at COSI that made you extremely interested in testing your blood ketone levels.
It's funny because it's not, it wasn't even from one of the talks. So.
It was. It was from Dr. Boz.
No, it wasn't. I heard her talk, but that's Dr. Boz's previous stuff, right? That I've heard in the past. Stop.
Okay.
Anyway, so what actually made me want to test my ketones so bad was I had 3 girls with me.
Okay.
That are all carb eaters, right? And we were by Keto Mojo and visiting with everybody during the talks. We were all in the same room, and it was super fun and great, and we had a wonderful time. Anyway, so I asked the girls that were with me if they wanted to get their ketones and glucose checked. And so they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we all checked it. And of course, I came up with 0.1 ketones, which means I'm not making any ketones.
That's more than 0.
Yeah, but it's pretty much 0, right? It's pretty much 0. And my glucose, I think, was like 95 or something. Okay. But that's actually pretty normal for me. My A1C is still in a good place. My fasted insulin is not that great. Last time I checked, it was 11. So I've been trying to get it down, but I haven't actually tried that hard. Anyway, but I had the girls, took them in, they did their glucose and ketones.
After they'd
eaten lunch. And so I'm like, okay, she just ate a banana, she just ate a bagel, she just ate some chips, Yeah. So we're just kind of looking and thinking, but it's nice to see too that the girl who had a banana, she literally had 76 glucose.
Okay.
And a 0.1 ketone because she wasn't making ketones, but her body just bounced back right away. She's very metabolically flexible. And the other 2 girls that were there too were still under 100 on glucose, even though they'd just eaten carbs. So it is good to see that. I think we often, see more diabetic numbers or different numbers, and it's nice to kind of see some normal numbers too. But I was thinking that through, and I'm like, why am I not making ketones? And I've had a lot of hormonal fluctuations for the last few years. Really, I've been doing hormone replacement therapy and different things, and just trying different things to try to feel normal when I'm in a not normal place of life. I've been sleeping more than I ever have, but also feeling more grouchy and ornery and prone to weepiness because of this whole perimenopause time of life.
Fault, but,
Yeah, a little bit. So I was just like, well, let me just see if I'm actually making ketones. And it's been, since we got home, I've been testing 10 times a day. I mean, I'm not even kidding. My fingers are kind of tired of testing, but I've been tracking everything I eat. And I've been testing before I eat. I've been testing after I eat. I wait until I'm hungry, and then I test to see, okay, I feel hungry right now. What does it say? So typically, when I feel hungry, it's close to 80, right? The glucose. But I still have only got high of 0.3 ketones. I am not making ketones. So I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm just trying to really be honest with myself and say, because sorry, I interrupt myself. I'm trying to be honest with myself and say, do I need to be making ketones? Is it going to help me feel better? You know, like that, what is my goal? Because forever in a day, years ago, we used to say, you know, don't chase ketones. But now I'm here like, I want to be chasing ketones because I want to feel better.
Okay.
And
John says, or maybe you could be using them for fuel. Ketones?
That's
a possibility,
that's
too.
the thing. That's what I was interrupting myself to say.
Okay.
Was like Joe and I one time we were at a conference and we were chatting with Dr. Barry and say, well,
That guy?
if your ketones are like 0.5 or whatever, you're just not having a lot of ketones. And he's like, or you could be more efficiently using them.
Yep.
So that's kind of what I was figuring was happening. But I'm interested to see like if I can get them up, because even when we first started keto and I lost weight, even I would only get my ketones up above a 1 if I had fasted for like 2 days. So I just figured maybe I just don't make excess ketones very well,
Okay.
but I can tell in my brain how I feel.
You can feel when you have higher numbers.
When I'm doing well, you know.
Okay.
But the problem is all these hormones and stuff, I haven't felt that great at all for like 2 years. But I don't think it's necessarily the ketones, because I can fast all day long and still my head still kind of bothers me.
Okay.
But it's not like that bad. I just feel like it's a different phase of life, you know. I just don't have as much clarity as I did a few years back. But anyway, I'm going to keep trying, and we're thinking about doing a sardine fast, so we're going to research that.
Yep.
And you know what? We haven't given up on our New Year's resolution. We've still been working out. We are killing it. So there's
John
that.
wants to know, do you feel better consuming exogenous ketones?
You know what? I have done that off and on and have not noticed a difference at all.
Guess what? I've never used even once.
Never even once.
Never even once.
Chris says never. I've done it. I got Perfect Ketos one. We have some cans of, what is that brand? That's actually a good one.
Yeah. Dang it. I can't remember.
I can see what they
You're
look
talking
like in
the
my
red
head.
and blue
They're like
cans?
blue and red. They're like a tall, skinny can.
Yeah. I just haven't ever, if I need higher ketones, I'll use MCT oil instead.
Yeah, I do.
Because it has,
MCT oil
it
too.
keeps the high going for longer.
Yeah.
And it sounds like I'm talking about drugs. Easy Peasy Keto wants to know, how many dozen eggs do you want? At least 5. We'll see from there.
Yes. We could probably
Not
eat
5
5 on
eggs,
our
5 dozen.
We could probably eat 5 on our way home.
We actually probably could. I don't know about that.
That's all I want to eat most of the time. We'll have eggs and then some sort of beef.
When we went to Quartzsite, I think we got through...
Yes, Tecton. That's it. John knows.
Oh, okay. I don't know how many dozen eggs we got. I think we got through 3 dozen
3
eggs
dozen
between
eggs.
the 2 of us.
Yeah, but that was like, what, a week?
It was close to a week. So.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
we only ate 2 meals a day, and it was delicious.
Keto Simple puts a splash of MCT oil in Chandra's coffee every morning.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I think MCT oil helps. The problem is I don't really notice that I feel better even when I had fasted and had
Okay.
the ketones.
Well, and one thing I wanted to point out. I do think that Dr. Boz's talk, along with other talks, there were
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
that were talking about like morning glucose and morning
Yes.
ketone numbers and different issues that people were having and people testing their ketones and stuff like that. And I think it kind of all combined together to get you interested in it. I dropped the link into the
Okay.
chat for the recordings.
Oh, yes. Yeah. They were great talks. Like,
Yeah.
I had a
So
great time.
let's see. You select, where is it? Oh yeah, non-attendee access to presentation recordings.
Right.
They're already available.
Oh, nice.
They are Dave and Sharon have already uploaded the recordings.
That's awesome.
If you purchase the recordings or you purchase it now, which is available for purchase until March 31st.
Oh, wow. That's not very
So
long.
if you purchase it now, you will get the recordings of COSI like immediately.
Right. Because they're.
I don't know if they have an automated process that does it. I would hope they do. But in case they
They
don't,
probably do. They're pretty.
it's probably just a
savvy.
short time. So, John says my friend designed that product and started the company. Mike,
Yay.
interesting. Denise says I panic if I get below 3 dozen eggs in the fridge. How many dozen eggs do we
also
have in the
do.
fridge right now, Miriam?
Only 5 dozen?
We have 3 dozen in the blue ones and another 5 dozen.
Oh, phew. I thought we didn't have very much. I will buy the box and then buy the box again because I'm like, what if I open the box?
You have to have another one.
Once the box is open, it might as well be gone. And you know what? We've been getting and they're smaller. The large eggs are not large anymore. They're kind of wimpy.
Eggs are an amazing source of nutrition and they're cheap. So,
And
okay.
I'll only eat like 4 a day.
Aaron says I had
Usually.
scrambled eggs with ground hamburger mixed in.
Yum.
That's a good. Or ground sausage is also good. Or what's it called?
Pork belly.
No,
Chorizo.
chorizo. That's good in scrambled eggs.
that is really
The
good.
little Mateo salsa for dinner tonight. Such a good dinner. Chrissy says I tried doing Dr. Boz's sardine fast. I lasted 2 days.
Yeah.
John wants me to get a continuous glucose monitor. I too am having hormone issues. and
Girl,
need to track my
let's do it
sugar levels.
together because I totally want to do that. So I've just been testing. I've been wanting to get a CGM, but
No, she's been wanting me to buy her a CGM.
that is true because then I don't have to do any work. But it's because I keep asking, do you have one?
No, I don't have one.
Do you have one? But it is really helpful to see. And I think the reason why I haven't done it yet, sorry, is because I want to see those ketones now. So I'm kind of like, what do I need to do to get the ketones up? Okay, here's the thing. Dr. Boz did say something that inner talk that really did affect me.
Okay.
You're right. You're not wrong. What was it? Okay, so she talked about this guy. She told his whole story.
Oh yeah.
And he did all these things. He was on a GLP-1 for 2 years, didn't lose any weight, blah de da. Got on her program, got into ketosis, and even after being in the program for a while, was not having his glucose levels under 3 digits, right?
Yeah.
And of course I'm sitting at like 100 a lot of times, but I haven't checked in a long time. So this week I haven't been at 100 all of the time. I've actually been at good levels, between 80 and 100, which I feel like is still good. But then she kept talking about how he couldn't get his glucose below hundreds, and that's when they did the 3-day sardine fast.
Okay.
I want to do it, but I'm still okay even just doing 1 day and seeing what that does. But I'm trying to, okay, my thought process is if it took him a while to do that like switch, then maybe if I can get enough fat, like just like you're getting keto adapted all over again, right?
Okay.
Get enough fat to make the ketones and have them stay there. Because I've never really got ketones to stay there unless I just don't eat.
Okay. Just fasting.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I feel very inexperienced for having done this for 10
You did
years.
go to Costco and buy a bunch of sardines though.
Yeah. So we're going to play with some stuff and just, I don't feel like I'm resetting because I'm not eating anything different than normal, just less amount of stuff, but I'm feeling satiated and full, and I still feel like I haven't been that off track, So, yeah, it's interesting me, and now I'm curious. So if you see my chronometer, it has glucose, keto, ketones, glucose, I'm like, you little crazy lady.
Yeah. And there were quite a few people on EcoSide that were talking about menopause. and issues that people run into.
Yeah.
Bob recommends checking out Dr. Elizabeth Bright. Good fat is good for women.
Yes.
Good fat is good for women.
Yeah, I actually heard that too at that one.
It needs to be good. Keto Simple says eggs with 2 cans of sardines scrambled in. So yummy, and about 100 grams of protein.
Okay, that sounds good.
And Chichibi got 80-20 ground beef for $2.50 a pound.
Oh, nice.
Holy cow. Christy says we should.
Let's do
There
it.
is an
Let's do it.
Eversense CGM sensors inserted under the skin. I saw that one.
Oh, really?
I don't know that one is over the counter, whereas like the Stello.
Can we try it though? How do we get a hold of it?
I don't.
I
saw a guy on
Let's ask Dr. Rigby to get it for us.
I don't know because it's like getting a what's that called, the birth control thing that was inserted in
I had
your,
one of those.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
It was really weird. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I think you'd do better off with the Stello because it's over the counter. You can just buy it.
Yeah, except I'm more familiar with the Freestyle Libre.
The Freestyle Libre is what's it called? They have a different one. Lingo. Lingo is done by Freestyle Libre. Mm-hmm. They may have released an Android app, but they didn't have one last time I checked.
Oh, boo.
Anyway, you can order the Stello through...
On your labs?
No, Dr. Tro.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Tro. Yeah. Totally. Okay, Christy. Not Christine. There is a D on the end, and that's
De La Bronte.
Yes. Do you have Facebook? Will you friend me so that we can do this together?
The Facebooks.
The Facebook.
Dustin says, you
Or
can reach out to
Instagram,
the company.
whatever.
They may let you try it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm fine with the Stello. Mm. Bob says, I noticed if I have higher ketones, if I don't eat after 2 p.m.
And that's a thing. So, but the thing I've noticed, though, even though I still haven't got to a 1, I haven't got to a 1 this whole time. Of course, I haven't tested while I was sleeping. Maybe I should do that next time I wake up in the night.
The continuous ketone monitor.
Yeah.
They're actually on version 3 of the hardware, and it's not cleared for sale in the United States.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a guy he's the son of the guy who created Roblox.
Matt, what's his name?
And they're gray market importing them from Canada because they're not legal to sell in the United States.
All gray market imported from Canada too.
Reese says, I think it's better known in the diabetic sphere. Yes, the Eversense.
Yeah.
Not sure how much it would cost for a non-diabetic. Whereas the Stello, it's like, I think it's $100 for 3 of them or something like that. So, anyway. Mike forgot it was Tuesday. Me too. Okay, well, now that Mike's here, we're actually 13 minutes over.
Okay,
what did you want to say?
I would remember what I was going to say. I haven't gotten to a 1 yet of my ketones.
1.0 millimolars per
I haven't gone to actually have 1 ketone. But I have noticed on the times that I've tested after eating, like right after eating, I've had higher points.
Higher ketones
and
and
probably
lower
because of the fat. But here's another thing in its theory, right? If I have all this lipedema fat, it's really difficult to access. And
because it's metabolically dysfunctional. It's
dysfunctional fat. Yeah. And I know I have regular fat as well. I know I do. So I got to access that. But if the majority of my fat is lipedema fat, then that also is problematic. So, yeah, I'm going to keep working away.
Okay. Well, Risa got Granny Apple yesterday.
Yay,
so refreshing.
Risa.
Teresa says I have to fast over 36 hours to get ketones over 0.6.
See, I'm with you.
Yeah. S-Rob says, can you share a typical what I eat in a day? So for me, I will eat first meal around noon, and it's a Keto Chow creamy. And then I'll eat lunch around 3 or 4 p.m. when I finally get around to it. And that's also a Keto Chow creamy. Today, for dinner, we had some brats that I smoked on the smoker, as well as I had forgotten that I bought a bunch of pork belly. So I threw some pepper and salt seasoning on that, they were strips of pork belly, and so I cut them up into little squares, and it took like 5 minutes to lay them all out on the grill, on the smoker. Mm-hmm. So we smoked that, and that's what we had for dinner. What about you?
Oh, today specifically?
Or a typical day?
Usually I eat 3 or 4 eggs in the morning with like a tablespoon of butter and like a tablespoon of onions. And I like to put ground pork or bacon or hamburger in with my eggs if I have it in the fridge. If I don't have it, then I just have plain eggs. And then I put some cheese on there too. I typically like to do an omelet because I love omelets. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's breakfast. I'll do that at like 9 sometimes. If I don't eat breakfast, if I eat breakfast, that's my preferred breakfast.
Okay.
And then I do like to have like a little strawberry and cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
But I try to have that after I have the meat. I always make sure I have the meat first, eat the whole thing before I have any other thing. And that seems to work good for me. And then lunch, I just have whatever. I usually eat like leftovers a lot, pork chops. I have been having creamies lately, and I really like those. And we make it with the same recipe. We have a quarter cup. No, is it a quarter cup? Half a stick of butter.
Half a stick of butter with each serving of Keto Chow.
It has collagen added and the creatine added, right? Mm-hmm. Still. So we've been doing that, and then for dinner we have kind of whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of
leftovers.
Last night we had what was it? Short ribs.
Oh, it was the Southern style really pork ribs.
And I just put onion soup mix
in the
crock pot and a can of ginger ale, sugar-free ginger ale.
That's
it was delicious though, and then it cooked for like 5 hours.
Okay. Visual Ketosis, I'm using Stello. Walmart employees have access to the twin weight loss program for free, and you get a Stello free. Totally recommend it.
That's cool.
Keto Simple says, I love diced onion in my eggs.
Yeah,
and Dustin earlier asked where I got the shirt from. Miriam ordered it on Amazon, and then the listing for this particular shirt was taken down, I'm assuming because of trademark issues or something.
Yeah.
But you can probably find them.
They have other ones that are cool too. They're all like the movie related.
It says Rocky and Grace.
I got these. I have one that's the same, but it's a V-neck, and then I got some for the boys.
It's like
that say
angry, stupid, something else. How long since last sleep? Question. Anyway.
So, but I'm going to post about it because I haven't yet.
The shirts?
The shirts and just the movie. So, Christy, message me on Facebook, Facebook. We can do our project together. Okay.
Not Project Hail Mary, though. Again, if you haven't seen the movie, it's so good. I highly recommend it. So, John says Dr. Boz does offer a service where you can get a prescription. CGM. Yeah, and so does Dr. Tro.
I'm sure we could do it in a lot of different places.
It ends up, unless you can get it discounted through your insurance, my recollection is it costs the same to just buy Stello.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the Stello and the Lingo, because they are not approved for diabetic use, they don't force you to have the low glucose alarm. Low glucose is a big deal for diabetics. That means you have too much insulin that you injected and you're going for a low glucose event, which can kill you. For people who don't have diabetes and aren't treating with insulin,
they don't need to have the alarms, which is the best.
The alarm usually means that you put it on your arm and you rolled over.
And then your arm fell asleep.
That's actually why I put, last couple times I've done a CGM, I've put it just below my clavicle. But I have to always look and make sure that I'm not bullseye. Didn't stop bleeding.
It was a mess. It was
crazy.
I mean, it stopped eventually. It wasn't like a horrible event.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a gross.
Okay, well, bed is calling. We're going to go.
Okay, Denise.
Keto Simple says there's a Derpy Tiger Loungefly backpack.
What?
I wish it was a purse. I'd get it for
Chandra. Aww.
That's from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Okay, so we're going to go.
You
all have a fantastic day. We will see you next week, and bye.
Bye.